one thing about our team, man, we love challenges. And if we put our mind to it and we set to it and that's what we want to do, we're gonna go out and get the win, take on the challenge. And with Bud, just look at his record, just look at his, what he's accomplished in the sport. And those last couple fights has always been challenges and being undisputed challenges because he's one of the guys at the top. But
names, I need to know, does easy work pop in your mind or a challenging fight? Terence, Bud, Crawford.
Easy work. And it's our people, it's the urban community that does it. Oh, Boots this, Boots to knock you out, Boots. And then, the people that, support me, they, man, Bud of this, Bud of that. Then some fighters find themselves getting caught up in that, and then they asked about it. Oh man, he easy work.
Started putting in demanding high-altitude training sessions in Colorado Springs, Terence, Bud, Crawford has suddenly sparked major buzz and speculation throughout the boxing world.
Come in with the altitude and do a full workout with the chin. Out of shape. Your heart. Let's go, Lester. Let's go, Lester.
The former undisputed champion across multiple weight classes has once again been seen in full training gear, working alongside his longtime team at Colorado's high elevation. While many fans believed the pound-for-pound star had closed the chapter on his boxing career after his historic run, his return to serious high-altitude preparation has reignited widespread speculation that another comeback could be on the horizon.
So, I ain't got nothing to do today, so I thought I'd come in here and work out for the first time since I fought. And guess what they got me doing? Well, I got myself doing. Sparring Lester. I'm about to get in. Just 2 rounds. Stay tuned, baby. Listen. Got my ass in there. 2 rounds, got my ass kicked. That's very humbling. I ain't used to that. I gotta get back in shape. I can't just be going months and months and months, not doing nothing, and then think I'm young and I can get in here and spar the big dogs like that. I'll be back though. Stay tuned.
During an appearance on the Last Stand podcast, Crawford's longtime trainer Brian "Bomac" McIntyre maintained that Bud is officially retired. However, the way he discussed Crawford's current training activity left plenty of room for speculation. Bomac explained that Crawford's return to camp was mainly about maintaining his conditioning while helping stablemate Lester Martinez prepare for his next bout. Still, when the conversation shifted toward possible blockbuster matchups, the veteran trainer appeared to leave the door slightly open, fueling fresh questions about whether Crawford could eventually consider another major fight.
There have been a number of people who all of a sudden saw video of Terence in camp, working with him, working out, and all of a sudden people are like, uh-oh, Terence Crawford is back. He's begun the first steps in a comeback. Set the record straight for us.
well, man, I will tell you this, man. Bud, he loved the environment that he created. We created together as a team, and so he know we was in camp, so he just wanted to come out and get some work in, just see where he at and have some fun with Lester. He brought Lester underneath his wing on his undercard, and then Lester just sprouted, just jumped to the top of the charts after that. So Terence is always a big supporter of Lester, and just come out, just have fun with him, and just show him a few things, and just work out with him for a couple of days.
And set the record straight, because I know you've probably seen it on social media, people saying, this is Bud Crawford saying, okay, let me see where I am, because I got Jaron Boots Ennis out there, and people want me and Jaron Boots Ennis to fight. Give me what are your thoughts on that? And
Bud done, man. He said he done, and I respect his decision, and I want him to be done because he had nothing else to prove in the sport. But I love having him around the other fighters, to motivate them, so they trying to get to the pinnacle of the sport where he got to. So that's just one of the reasons why it came out, man. You're not to get ready for no fight or nothing.
Fans and analysts have noticed the mixed signals. While Bomac continues to describe Crawford as retired, he also emphasizes that Bud remains fully capable of competing at the highest level if the right opportunity appears. That combination has naturally fueled speculation. In boxing, a fighter can return to the gym simply to stay sharp or help a teammate, but when discussions about elite-level matchups start entering the conversation, people inevitably begin wondering whether something bigger could be developing behind the scenes.
Let me ask you about Boots for a minute, because I'm sure you saw it. What did you think about that interview that Boots had done recently where they asked him about Terence Crawford, and he said, man, that's easy work. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, that was easy work. And Bud, I think, did an interview, called Boots a hater, and said he would have knocked him out if they had fought. You know Bud better than anybody. If those two had fought, let's say after the Canelo fight, what would have happened in a fight like that?
You know what, man? I'm gonna stick with my guy, man. I'm gonna go with my guy because for the simple fact that one thing about our team, man, we love challenges, and if we put our mind to it and we set to it and that's what we want to do, we're gonna go out and get the win, take on the challenge. And with Bud, just look at his record, just look at his, what he's accomplished in the sport. And those last couple fights has always been challenges and being undisputed challenges, be 3-time undisputed challenges, Fighter of the Year, ESPY Award, two or three times, man. Those are challenges, man, that people put in front of Bud, and if Bud put his mind to it, he gonna make it happen, and he looks at his team to mentally, physically, and getting prepared for those type of challenges.
Adding even more fuel to the situation, rising star Jaron "Boots" Ennis has reignited the rivalry by questioning the significance of Crawford's accomplishments. Ennis has openly projected confidence that a matchup with Bud would be manageable for him, while presenting himself as the fighter ready to take control of boxing's next generation. His comments have naturally intensified speculation about whether these two elite talents could eventually settle the debate inside the ring.
Names. I need to know, does easy work pop in your mind or a challenging fight? Xander.
Easy work.
Charlo.
Easy work.
Fendora.
Easy work.
Errol Spence.
Easy work.
Devin Haney.
Easy work.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Easy work.
Writing off a pound-for-pound great with a resume built on elite-level opposition goes beyond ordinary pre-fight promotion. Comments like these can strike directly at a champion's competitive pride, and that is exactly why Crawford and his team may be paying close attention. With the rivalry gaining momentum, even a few bold statements could be enough to turn existing tension into a serious fight discussion.
Boots is supposed to say that because he's one of the guys at the top, but he can't touch Bud, man. I'm sorry. I like him as a fighter. I like him as a person, his whole team over there, but I'm just being real with him. His best thing is let the man stay in retirement and ride off in the sunset. And you try to accomplish more than what he accomplished. That's the best thing I could tell anybody. And him. And his team.
Crawford himself later responded to Ennis' confident remarks, making it clear that he was not simply going to ignore the criticism. During a broadcast appearance, the former champion addressed the younger fighter's comments directly and pushed back against what he viewed as unnecessary disrespect. His response added another layer of tension to an already heated matchup narrative.
He's a hater.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be a 1,000%.
It's the Real Report show. It's all good. That's what we do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
I think he's a hater. Like a lot of people say, "Oh man, Bud always hating." Like, what I had to hate on him for?
Right.
I didn't support him in the Olympic trials. I didn't been in the locker room at his fights, supporting him. So why would I need to hate on him?
Got you.
Like I said, I want to see him win. I want to see him go far as he can. But I think people do the same thing with Boots as they did with Spence.
Right.
And it's our people, it's the urban community that does it. Oh, Boots this, Boots to knock you out, Boots. And then, the people that, support me, they, man, Bud of this, Bud of that. Then some fighters fight themselves getting caught up in that, and then they asked about it. Oh, man, he easy work. I ain't easy work for no man. You know what I mean?
No.
That's just, disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just head over the hype. Right. And I don't look at no fighter as easy work. That's a professional on that.
Crawford has generally avoided getting dragged into unnecessary media back and forth, so his decision to respond directly to Ennis stood out. By challenging the young fighter's comments and questioning his intentions, Bud appeared to show that the criticism had struck a particularly competitive nerve.
We overhyping this victory, in a sense where nobody picked Xander to win. Everybody was kind of like, okay, he's in over his head and it's a matter of time before Boots catch him and end the fight. I think it's going to be different when he goes up against a Fundora or a Virgil, because if one of those guys get him hurt like Xander did, I don't think it's going to be...
According to boxing insider Bernie, the boxer, getting Crawford genuinely interested in returning would require more than simply presenting him with an ordinary fight offer. The argument is that Bud is unlikely to come out of retirement for a routine matchup. Instead, a truly compelling challenge and the right circumstances would be needed to capture his attention.
I told him what to do and he still ain't happen. Y'all still ain't paying attention to that. If you want to get Crawford out of retirement, then say what he said. Tell him, I'll knock Crawford ass out. Tell his old ass to come back. He better stick to commentating. This is what you gotta talk. This is real shit. The only way you're gonna get, now I'm being literal, the only way you're gonna get Crawford to come back, and I hope he not get upset at me about this, but he said this on his own, so I'm just kind of amplifying what he said. If somebody, whoever they is that needs to say it, says, I will beat Crawford ass, I will knock him out, he better stick to doing the commentating and join whatever retirement, because he ain't got nothing coming with me. That's why he ran out of retirement. I'll beat his ass. I'm way better than him. I do everything better than Crawford. I'm smarter than Crawford. Because he said all this stuff too. Somebody else was playing this clip and he was saying all this stuff. I do everything he do, but I do it better. So now he put all these things in the right type of way. And then we might have something then. I don't know.
This stage of Crawford's career, the argument is that money alone would not be enough to bring him back. A meaningful legacy opportunity, a serious competitive challenge, or a rivalry with genuine personal tension could be far more motivating. That is why Bomac's recent comments have attracted attention. If an opponent can establish themselves as a credible threat and confidently challenge Crawford's reputation, Team Crawford may have a much stronger reason to consider stepping back into the ring.
And his team. I'm gonna stick with my guy, man. I'm gonna go with my guy because...
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. I told you guys in the video I did yesterday that the newly retired, pound-for-pound king, 5-division champion, 3-division undisputed champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, greatest fighter his era and generation, he stamped that. Terence Bud Crawford, superstar boxer. He's beyond a superstar at this point. With a record of 42 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. Told you guys, he has that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson mentality. their mentality is different. The best way to describe it is like the late, great Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality. They different. They have a different motivation. And if you think Terence Crawford for a second ain't sizing up Jaron Boots Ennis, the phenom as I refer to him as, 2-division unified champion, former unified lineal Ring Magazine, WBA, IBF, welterweight champion, and now newly crowned WBO, WBA junior middleweight champion, undefeated, 36 wins, no loss, no draw, 32 wins by way of knockout. Bomac, he stated in an interview in the past that they were looking at Jaron Ennis, and Bomac even stated that Jaron Ennis reminds him of Terence Crawford. Right? And as you heard Bomac just say, it's not a good idea for him to antagonize Terence Crawford and pull him out of retirement.
There is also a significant physical and logistical challenge surrounding any potential blockbuster matchup. Crawford has naturally developed beyond the weight divisions where he spent much of his career, making a drastic cut unrealistic at this stage. If a major fight ever comes together, the weight would likely need to be negotiated in a way that allows both fighters to compete effectively rather than forcing Crawford into an extreme cut.